Hey everybody, I'm taking a look at Marvels of the Multiverse in this video. In a future video, I'll be taking a look at Marauders of the Multiverse, and this continues my look into third-party Mutant Crawl Classics products, and so I'm trying to spotlight this one. Hopefully it's something that you'll like and pick up, and you can use the Drive-Thru RPG affiliate link that I have in the description. It's also going to be in a pinned comment. I'll be spoiling this, of course, and I did pick this up with my affiliate link funds, so thank you to anyone who's ever used my link and picked something up. I do get a bit of that, and I turn it right back into products that I can show you. So here it is, Marvels of the Multiverse. I did one of these about 3 years ago called Mysteries of the Multiverse, and it's a really good product too. I'll probably try to find that video and link it towards the end there, and you can check that one out as well. I like this piece of art with this ether squid attacking this ship. You can see Terra AD in the distance, and there's like an asteroid, so I'm going to spoil away here. So it's got a lot of good stuff going for it. It's only 36 pages, but it's got a full adventure. It's a level 0 adventure, a funnel, called The Millennials Awaken. And it's fairly short. I think you can get it done in just a couple of hours. Or you can expand on it, and I'll tell you how that works. You've got Benisons and Dooms to provide seekers with unique fates. In essence, it's like more birth augurs, but they're a little bit more wacky. They got a little bit more flavor to them, and they're very good. There's rules for mutation duels. Pretty much, you've got two mutations that are going and pitted against each other. What happens? Can one kind of cancel out the other, override the other, or make something really wild and weird happen whenever they kind of clash? And then you have a whole new character class. It's a new pure strain human class called the Jungle Juice Drinker that allows players to create potions that briefly mutate their PCs. It's very clever, and it's got a lot of cool imagination in it, and I think it's a really cool addition to it. I like the big font that this has, and that's very helpful. It's by Stefan Surratt, who's made a bunch of products, and he's done a great job here once again. So the Millennials Awaken is like I said, it's a quick little funnel, 12 to 16 zero-level seekers. You're playing clones. You're returning from space. It says they are space-grown clones made to evolve 1,000,000 years of experimentation in but 1,000 years. But you're attacked by this ether squid here. Your ship is, and you crash, and you're going to crash on a section of the sky arc, the shards of a broken moon that float above the Earth. And in essence, what you're going to be doing in this adventure is you're going to hopefully survive the crash, and then you're going to jump from asteroid to asteroid. And each one of these asteroids has something unique, obviously, to its atmosphere or what's on there. And you're trying to get to this last one here that's going to take you to the space elevator down to Terra AD, thus ending the funnel. And so you are a clone, and so it's a little bit different. And this is a different way you could start off with seekers, zero-level seekers here, just new to a funnel, because in their cryosleep, they have been programmed with some knowledge. So they get a D12 instead of a D10. They have some pre-programmed knowledge of some artifacts and concepts that are typical native of Terra AD would not possess. And I think that's really cool. They kind of have some dreams, a little bit of classroom settings where they learn the language of the ancients or other concepts. You just get a little bit of a head start with these. Now, if talking about some of the other stranger like manimals and plantians and stuff like that, it says that the leaky reactor core and the bombardments of cosmic rays have altered some of the people, so that's how you get those type of characters. So you're going to crash. You're going to need to make a lot of luck checks in this adventure. And if you fail it terribly, you're going to die. You don't even get out of your cryogenic slumber. It's going to be a malfunction, and you'll die a cold death. So you've got these orbiting asteroids. You can see this guy's jumping here. You've got your crashed ship. This is going to be the first asteroid. You've only got one session, like the adventure's worth, the game session's worth of oxygen. So you've got to get to that elevator to get down. And of course, you don't know that exactly. That's what's going to be at the last asteroid, but it should pay out pretty well. There's very easy checks you need to make to jump from asteroid to asteroid, the ones that are closest to you. And you can see on the map here that there are some that are further away, but you can see these two, so you're going to have kind of a choice. And of course, you can jump back and forth to, the ones that are close to you. But if you try to take a real long jump, maybe from here to here, you have to roll a very tough DC 18 strength or agility check. And of course, not all your characters are going to be able to make that, so it's not a good idea. But the normal check is a DC 4 strength or agility. There is a couple other saves you can kind of make to try to save someone that maybe failed that. If not, they're going to die. So you've got your crash site here. You're going to be searching for some tools and weapons. If you get lucky, you may find something exactly what you're looking for. And if you roll badly, you may take 1d6 damage from electrical arc surge, which could kill, of course, a 0-level character. You've got a mushroom forest here. There's a bunch of different type of mushrooms. They change in shape and size as they randomly change at what point in the timeline they exist. So it's a weird thing about timelines and advancing time and dealing with that. And it's just kind of really cool. It says any who physically interact with this app must make a fort save. Plantians get a +1 die to that check because they've got some biological similarities. And so it says after 2 PCs prompt a roll on the table below, because you're going to roll this temporal mushroom effects, and they can do some really weird stuff. It can just straight kill you. The PC flickers out of existence, becoming lost to time if you roll really bad. Or you can kind of go back in time, or you can get some sort of mutations. It's just a really neat thing in which these mushrooms are dealing with time. Now, there is this despoiler right here. It's got tentacles, and it's got this nasty time drain attack that is going to age you 2d14 years, and you'll take damage equal to the year's age. You're going to probably die from this thing if it hits you, unless you roll like 2 1s on those d14s, but that's a lot of damage and time. It's just going to absolutely brutalize you. But it's a neat one. It's a really nasty, neat little asteroid. You've got the hollow moon here. There is a skeletal figure that's on there that's you find in a hole. He's got some stuff, a broken bubble helmet, a phaser pistol, and there's also an ID card that can be used to access the space elevator. So there are several items that are going to allow you to access the space elevator when you get to it. Of course, you won't really know that, but hopefully you'll be like, hey, let's try this thing that we found. And I like that. There's multiple ones of them, so you're more than likely going to be able to find one of those things. But this unfortunately, this hollow moon with all these holes has got a bunch of space roaches in it, and they're going to try to kill you. Magnetic moon is interesting. It's difficult to keep any hold of any mundane metal object. You get a save, and the item gets a save, or it gets stuck to the highly magnetized asteroid where you'll need to use strength checks to get it out and get it off of it. There are some other items that you can find, like a depleted C cell and stuff like that. But it's just a neat kind of interesting little moon that's magnetic. Then you've got this genetic storage. It says magnetic moon, but I mean they're all asteroids. This genetic storage here is really cool. There's a trillionaire. He's had this disease. He's cryogenetically frozen in the center of this ice ball. There is a silver obelisk with a control panel. It's kind of like a headstone for him, and it talks about all his accomplishments. And it's asking for genetic donations to the research program to try to find a cure for his disease. You can put your finger and get little blood that you're going to donate. And, of course, it says that Plantians automatically fail, but you make a luck check. On a success, it makes a pleasant-sounding beep and opens a hidden slot that contains a key fob to a car that was probably destroyed long ago, but also functions as, again, authorization for usage of the space elevator. So really cool right there. You can try to pull some stuff out of it and get some things off this if you want to kind of dismantle it, but these 2 robots are going to come and attack you, and they're pretty nasty. They've got 10 hit points each, armor class of 15, and they do have this gene research on their syringe nozzle. And it says victims are injected with an ancient trillionaire's DNA and must make a DC 14 fort save. On a success, they gain +1 personality or luck. Player's choice. I think that's fantastic. On a failure, the PC gains a new defect or an additional 1 point of damage if a pure strained human. So I'm not sure if you can keep just hitting them with that and keep getting your luck and personality up. I would say you could only probably use it once, but I'm not exactly sure. Jumping from this asteroid, because it is kind of icy, is a little bit more difficult, and you'll meet a grisly fate on a natural 1 or 2 on that roll. This next one, asteroid, is covered in art, and there's these art drones that float above and are carving these ancient designs onto the surface. Now, if you mess with it and you kind of destroy what they've done, they're going to redo the art by burning the laser through you. And so you can try to fight them. They're about 10 to 15 feet high. You can try to jump. You'll get a -1 die on those attacks because it's hard to get them. There is a really cool thing here where if you study the art, you can make a DC 12 will save. You get a 20% chance of reading and writing the ancient ones, but the judge always rolls the chance in secret and will tell a story of the PC's confidence no matter the roll. Those who succeed gain the same 20% of reading the language of the ancients, but may make the roll themselves. It's cool because the judge may also use this art to communicate information about patron AIs that may be included in the campaign as options for future shamans. So you can in essence give a little bit of a hint of what's to come. But there's the stats for the art drone, and then finally you got the space elevator. There's 2 metal men standing there in attention, and if of course you're gonna have to do an AI recognition check for them. If you produce one of those items, you'll be able to go through. If not, they're of course going to try to attack you, and you'll have to fight these 2 companion bot stat metal men. But you'll probably have one of those items to be able to get through it. It's going to take you down to Terra AD, and you'll now find yourself in that hostile landscape, it says. But it says that their sleep training has left them slightly better prepared than the average inhabitants of the harsh world. You should feel free to allow the PCs to roll for Benisons and Dooms. These represent additional training from the cryobeds that the PCs have slowly remembered. And I think that's a cool little benefit at the end. And so what are these? Well, they're just neat little things that can add to your character. I like this piece of art right here. I like anything where it shows someone looking at, or like showing like a destroyed city in a post-apocalyptic game, television show, or movie or something. So I dig this piece of art right here. So you roll for the Benisons, you roll a d30 and you add your luck modifier. For the Doom, you roll a d20 and you subtract your modifier. That's going to give you 2 different, obviously, results. Now, what you can do is you get that for free, but you can also choose to get an additional Benison at the cost of permanent luck points and an additional Doom. So what's going to happen is it's going to permanently lower your PC's natural maximum of their luck score. I don't know if I'd do that, but maybe some players would. So you'll get one free, a Benison and a Doom. And then it shows you here what the cost is in luck should you get it as a second one. And it's going to be some really cool stuff here. Herbalist, maybe you've got some strange friends, you're a Beastmaster. You see they're just much different and much more variety here. You always know which direction lies north. You never get lost. And you like this one here, this wise-eyed, you receive a +1 die to see through any holographic deceptions. So it's just got a lot of neat stuff to it. C-bonded, certified sneak. You've got gifted, it gives you +1 ability scored of your choice. That's a really cool one. You've got a frenzy fighter here, salesperson, agent of an AI. That's 4 luck. You begin play bonded already to a patron AI. So that's really neat. And you may not even be a shaman with that one. Maybe you're a mighty mutant. You have a much stronger mutation. And they're just really cool. And you see the price that it's going to cost you for luck goes up quite high on some of these. Mind mutation, akimbo warrior, artifact instincts, very neat. And then dooms, of course, are not going to be good. Defective, a follower that's constantly getting in your way. You've got an enemy of renown right here. A lot of enemies are going to kind of try to come hunt you down. Maybe an old injury. Maybe you're unskilled. Prone to defect, blood enemy. So you're taking your chances on some of this. And again, it's funny. We've got some cool art here and there too. And I like this kind of design here around the page number. Maybe you're hunted by the Vile Brotherhood, or you're targeted by the Techno Rabble. So cool stuff there. Then you've got rules for these mutation duels. And you've got counter families right here. So like Ray, Touch, Blast, Enchantment, and Telekinesis. They're going to have these different mutations kind of in families. And when you use one that's in the same family as another, you can do like a duel. It's going to show you how that works. And pretty much you're going to compare that to this effect table right here. And it's going to do a bunch of stuff where maybe it reflects back on them. Maybe it's going to do like some strength or agility damage. There's a bunch of different things that could happen here, and it's pretty neat. You have this kind of dual matrix table, and if you get MD, which is not good, that is a mutagenic disturbance. Pretty much if they match, if the numbers match, you get this, and it could do some really weird things here. Temporal flux, mutations merge, they cancel each other out, or maybe they occur at their maximum result. It draws the attention of a godlike computer system. Very weird right there. Pretty cool with these patron AIs. Maybe it summons something terrible like an ether squid, so you don't want that. Or both mutations fail and both combatants gain a new random defect. So very cool. Little option there for you if you want to add that to your game. Then you have the Jungle Juice Drinker. Very cool new class. So you've got your hit points. They have a natural affinity for understanding artifact, armor, and weapons. But then right here, mutagenic concoction. Long story short, what happens, all this is kind of normal for humans. What happens is, if you have you come across a creature or anything that you come across, it could even be like a robot or something, you can kind of steal its ability and turn it into a potion that only you can drink, and you can use that potion to recreate that power or mutation or whatever. It's got all the rules here for you. You've got this mutagenic die. It kind of works like a Mighty Deed die. So you're going to roll that. You're looking for a 3. And it's really, really clever because you can come up with a lot of different stuff. So it's going to tell you about the different types of mutagens here. Saves, powers, and these are just suggestions and physique mutagen right here. So it's going to tell you if you roll kind of what you can do to it, like what you can do. And he gives you examples, which is very helpful here. Like this right here, there's an assassination droid. They're able to temporarily integrate its technological components into their biological body. She creates a supplement that grants her a +1 bonus to her saves. So that's how you can kind of look at it. Sometimes it's limited by the stat block of the source of the creature, but you also have this with duplicating the power. And then the physique right here, maybe gain a +1 bonus to checks related to a single ability score. And again, giving you those examples. This is a really, and I like this piece of art, kind of, taking this out right here from this tree. But you can have a lot of fun being very creative with this character, that you make a jungle juice drinker. And I really dig it a lot. It's got a lot of really cool possibilities with it. And someone that's got a really cool imagination, they come across something, are going to be trying to make a whole bunch of mutagens and drinking a bunch of these potions. So I dig it. I think it's really, really strong, cool character class. So there it is, Marvels of the Multiverse. If you pick this up, let me know what you think. And if you pick it up or you have already bought it and you haven't done this yet, leave a review. Reviews are so important to creators and people trying to put their products out there. Let people know what you think about it. And yeah, this is a really cool one, and I'm looking forward to checking out this next one. Stay tuned for that in the future, Marauders of the Multiverse. And it's got a lot of cool stuff going on for it. It's 3 brand new adventures based around the evil of the archaic alignments. And a little extra stuff too, of course, in there. So there it is, Marvels of the Multiverse. Thank you.